Hi folks, this is Coleman Alderson for gardensall.com. It's an exciting day here because we're on day 8 of our microgreen growing project. It's our first time we've tried this out and things are looking pretty good. Looks like today is a good day to begin harvesting. By the way, you don't want to have these things grow up too long or too tall, because after a while you let them grow up, they turn into seedlings and they get tougher and not as nutritious. So we're on about day 8. This is a combination tray. They call it the spicy mix, and it has luscious things like radish and cress and some mustards in there. I think I also threw in some maybe a little extra arugula here and there. And we're going to do a little harvest. We're growing in these hemp mat things, and I'm just showing you this because I'm going to try planting in a smaller container some other kind of crop, maybe peas, which are really good. Something else will go in here on a smaller scale and it'll stand on its own, and in about a week we'll have something to harvest out of here. But this is a hemp mat, and I mentioned the last time it was a surprise how smelly these things got, and there's still a little bit of a leftover odor coming out of this tray here, but it could almost knock you down going into where we were growing it. So I don't know whether that's just endemic to this sort of thing, the hemp itself, or any sort of mat. We have since ordered some fabric that is jute. I think it's the same thing that goes into making burlap, and we're going to try that out and see how that works. It's all technically hydroponic because there's no soil involved. So this is our little experiment. We're venturing forward into a new world, a new frontier, and we're at the phase right now where we're going to do some harvesting. Now, we've seen a few demonstrations on what can be described as harvesting methods, and one of the better ones we think is using just a knife. I've taken this out here, and you can see how the sprouts have grown. They're really crowded in there, and I want to cut down low. With scissors, it may be a bit of a challenge. I think this way, let me see if I can get my hand around it here. You just grab some tops and kind of saw away. It helps if the knife is nice and sharp. And I guess we need a container, don't we? We'll put it in here for now. And you just kind of cut near the base. Remember, there's no dirt in. Yeah. Remember, there's no dirt at all involved, so I can just cut away right at the very bottom of these guys and pull out sprouts. And you can smell them as you cut, of course. And we'll come back and finish off the loose ends, so to speak, that don't get harvested. And by the way, when we started, if you noticed, the sprouts start around the perimeter. I think that was my fault. I may have sowed too many in the middle, or they may have rolled to the middle. So next time I'll do a better job of evenly seeding these trays so that we don't have this sort of, the ones in the middle are smaller.
And they had the moisture issue.
And they had a moisture issue. They were really soaked because the tray is flexible and the water tend to pool right in the middle. So we learn as we grow, right? Well, these are so nutritious. They add flavor. You can get some that really add a lot of color with red stems, beautiful red stems like the beets and some of the red cabbages. And the nutrition is just so outstanding. We have here an egg bake. We have a packaged amaranth, quinoa, and brown rice we got at a store. And we have our own homemade roasted vegetables here. Looks like beets and
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts, mushrooms.
And cauliflower and asparagus.
As of late, that's what we've really been enjoying, is roasted vegetables rather than fried or sauteed.
So these sprouts can go on any foods, great in salads, great in soups, sandwiches, and just basically sprinkled on whatever you're eating.
So every day, we'll try to harvest as many. We don't, as I said, we don't want them to grow too large. So we're really going to hit it hard harvesting these guys, having them on everything that we eat throughout the week.
Great
And,
winter vitamins.
Yes. So if you all have any growing going on with microgreens, any experience, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know. We are just pioneers in this so far, and I'm sure there's some expertise out there, and we'd love to hear from you. And we'll post it on our articles and put it up on Facebook. So please write in, post in. This is Coleman Alderson for gardensall.com. We are growing these beautiful microgreens indoors. Take care.